diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
All right. Hopefully you guys didn't get caught in my last video. I ended it abruptly because there were some things incorrect. So, and I want the right title. All right. Hey, Kathleen. Okay, I've got two Canuck friends now, so I don't know if that's Kathy or Katie. Welcome. Good to have you. It's already been quite a day. Got really good news today. Oh, hey, Maylin. That's the other Canuck friend. I apologize. I'm getting better. But it's good to have you here. I love it when you're here. You're really good at helping me work the other side so that we get what we need to out of it. You know, I'm just here to start things and get things moving in the right direction. I'm the kind of person where if you're down, you can come listen to me and I'll pick you back up again. If you need to talk, give me a call. You know, I'm very good at motivating people and getting things done and K Mexican. Today we're going to be talking about practice what we preach, and it's more than just practicing these principles in all of our affairs. It's more than a lot of other stuff. Hi, Mom. Good to see you. Maylin, this is my mom, Maylin. She has a name, it's Linda, but it sounds weird when I say it. So you're just lucky I'm not using mommy. So. But practicing what we preach is more than going to meetings. It is more than just sharing our experience, strength, and a hope. It's more than just, principles before personalities. It's more than that. Okay? Because we are a people of action now. And our actions create a statement behind what it is that we are doing. I've been working at something for a while. And I got a call today. And we're doing it. We're doing it. I have been placed on what's called a dream team. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because this dream team has some people that I have never met. So yes, good news. And I've been reluctant to say much on it because if it wasn't happening, I don't want people thinking, and if you've listened to me, sir, for any amount of time, you know that I'm an idea person. Heck, I came up with a fantastic idea this morning. See, there's legislation about to be passed. I know because I'm going to help on it. I don't even know why I'm looking that. Sorry. Talk about reaction. Phone rings. Oh, God, I gotta grab that. But if you know me, you know that I have a lot of ideas. And like I was saying this morning, and what, there's going to be, so bars and clubs and stuff, they're going to be required to start having Narcan. Narcan's free. You can get it for free if you know the right people, do the right things. You can get this stuff. Go down to the major clubs and say, you guys are going to need to know this. Pay me $500 and I'll teach you how to use Narcan. How's that for a side hustle? You don't need to be certified. You don't need to be nothing. You just need to be a good salesperson. You pull that off. See, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do in recovery. And I came up with that idea because I'm kind of needing to make a little money right now. So, but I do have a reading for this. And this kind of goes along with one of the 4 agreements, which is be impeccable with your word. Okay. And actions. It's time for me to start being responsible for my own actions. It's time for me to be willing to take some chances. That could be scary. You know, I've taken them, we talked about failure the other day, right? And this kind of goes along with failure. During the last 3 years, well, it's been like close to 5 years now, but in the last 3 years, a lot of things have changed. See, this whole thing started about 5 years ago when I decided to open up I decided that what I wanted to do was open up an online place for people to go and talk about their problems. It's called Closed Mouth Friend. And Trudging Together is actually a spin-off from that company. I changed the name to Trudging Together because I discovered podcasting and I found out that I was very, very good at that. It was a talent of mine. And so I started getting into podcasting instead. And that podcasting has led me to some unique opportunities. And they're not, I don't know that they're necessarily unique because we are not reinventing a wheel here. We're actually repeating what we know works. So, but you got to take chances. If you don't take those chances, then you won't. The thing is, you got to take chances or you're not going to move forward in your recovery. You won't. In my new life in the program, if my new life in the program is valid and right, as I truly believe, then surely it can stand the test of exposure to real life situations and problems. Life's messy, man. It can be. Life can be pretty messy. And we're going to have to learn how to work with those things. And that goes back to it's time to start being responsible for my own actions and my own feelings. So I won't be afraid to be human. 10th step gives you the right to be wrong. It is the step of being human. And I have found out more things about being right because I was wrong. I learned more from my failures than I do my successes because I needed a bunch of failures before I got to my success. Okay? But I didn't stop. There were days I wanted to give up, sure. And I'm sure I'll have another day that'll be like that. So I won't be afraid to be human and, if necessary, sometimes fall on my face in the process of living. Living is what the program is all about. Right? And that's exactly what this right here, the Daily Trudge, is all about. Some days I come on here and I fall flat on my face. Okay. I don't do any editing. This is live. Okay? No filters, nothing. The fanciest thing I got here is the thing behind me. I did a real good job of that. I need to put like a fan on it though, so you get the little, it feels like, looks like the clouds are moving. See, that did something to you, didn't it? I don't know if it did. All right. So we don't like to fall on our face because you're such a dork. You're moving me around. There we go. It's like a windstorm. Look, mine, it grand the wind stopped blowing. All right, babe, thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay, there's not much room back there. Get out of here. All right. Now that we're done with the halftime show, let's move on. And living entails sharing, accepting, giving, interacting with other people. Now is the time for me to put my faith into action. Have I begun to practice what I preach by putting my new thoughts and ideas into action? May the program, with God's help, give me a chance to live a steady, creative, outreaching life so that I may share with others what has been given to me. May I realize on this Declaration of Independence Day, this is from July 4th, that I have a celebration of freedom from my addiction. Today, I'll remember to celebrate my personal freedom. Yay! Yay, my personal freedom. Freedom is big to me, right? So what are all these things? Are we trying to be good? Really, I think it comes down to what are you trying to not necessarily portray, but what is it that you want to show other people? Do you want to show kindliness and love to your fellow brother? Or do we want to argue with them and see where they are wrong? Right? I have a lot of friends. I just came out of a group conscience. We did a little bit of arguing. Guess what? We're all still friends. We are. Right? Did you vote for somebody else? Oh, no. We're still friends. that doesn't change anything for me. Because really, and I'm learning this more and more with my own kids. It's so much different when it's your kids, man. Right? And I was making some wrong moves. I had a very good therapy session about that earlier. And I've been wrong on a lot of things. And you know what? I'm happy. Because I can fix those things. Right? When it comes to our kids and people that are closer to us, our emotions just, for me anyway, my emotions just get too caught up. I can't, I'm really good at removing my emotions when it comes to other people, but when it comes to my family, that's tougher for me to do. Right? It's hard to remove love when I love people so much. It's hard for me to be able to remove those emotions. In fact, almost impossible. So I need direction on that. And I got some really good direction today. I even wrote down some rules I need to follow. So it's about learning. If I can't stop for a little bit to try and see where I am wrong with it, then I have no business even be on here talking. Because otherwise I'd just be blowing smoke out my butt. And I don't like that. I like the I like the being able to speak plainly. I like the non-editing, and I confuse people with that, even with the podcast. You gonna edit this? No. Why would I edit it? Oh, well, people were laughing about. I don't care. So the whole point to this and the podcast is to be leaders by example. That's the whole point. And if I'm not doing it, then I can't come on here and tell you to do it, can I? I wouldn't be very good at sharing. I do everything that I can to not give advice, but every now and again it comes out of my mouth. And then I have to be like, oh, you know what? That was unsolicited. Ignore it if you want to. I apologize. Go ahead. I have to do that a lot, right? Because sometimes I notice somebody will be talking and I'm starting to think of what I'm going to say next. And when I do that, then it's a reactive conversation and I'm not listening to the other person. If I'm too busy trying to think of what I need to say, okay, and if I'm doing that, to me, that's just a defense mechanism. So, we're human and we are going to make mistakes, right? And you're going to have to be okay with that. But then you got to do something about it. Then you got to take action. You have to. It doesn't work any other way. I can make an amends all day long, but if it's not followed up by the correct action, it means nothing. It means nothing. Okay? So I call myself out on something a little bit here. And that's the living amends. Okay? I never really had my children sit down with. They didn't want to. Okay? But I think, and so I was doing a living amends with them. And I think I need to go back and redo that. I think I do. What I think partially, and that isn't all on me. I don't know, like my daughter, she's ready now. 5 years ago, it would have fallen on deaf ears, if that makes sense. Now she's ready to actually hear the amends, right? So, all right. Well, somehow I kept talking about that. So, but we do need to practice what we preach. And the best way to do that is just to practice the principles in all your affairs. If you don't know what principles are, well, look them up. I just don't have them handy, or I'd read them off to you, okay? But there is a principle to every single step, right? And those are the principles that we are talking about. Like step 6 is willingness. Step 7 is humility. Okay? So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. My Cape Mexican friend Maylin and my mom. My mother was here. Good to see you, Mom. I'll get to work with. Oh, you're retired. Yay, Mom's retired. Give her congratulations on. Why are we giving her congratulations on that? Because for the last 35 years, she's had to work with drunks. Thank you for your service, Mom. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Not as much as my mommy, but I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.